everyone, welcome to another Hero Arts video. It's Lisa here, and today I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to make two different kinds of waves. The first wave I'm going to show you how to make is this one that you can use for the surface of the water. And the second one is this one that you can use to build an underwater scene. Okay, so you're going to need some paper for this to make a stencil. This is what the stencil will look like. And I like to use recycled printer paper for this, but you can use any thin text-to-weight paper. You don't want to use heavy cardstock for this. Then just turn the paper as you're cutting it to make nice points. And there it is. This is the side of the stencil that we'll be using to make the surface waves. Next, I'll show you how to make the stencil for the underwater waves like these. For the underwater waves, you just want them to kind of look like ripples. You don't want to make really pointy waves for this. And one little tip, I like to use big scissors when I make these stencils. It just makes it easier to cut out the shape. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the ink and the tool that I'm using. This is a Tim Holtz foam applicator, and I'm using it with the tumbled glass distress ink. If you don't have one of these tools, you can use a sponge, and like any kind of a sponge or a makeup sponge, but this just works really great. You just want to get it nice and inky, and then you take your stencil that we made in the previous step, and I just kind of hold it there on the paper, and then I start off the edge of the stencil and I pull the ink down. You don't want to go back and forth with this. You just want to go from the top down like this. Otherwise, you'll mess up your stencil and you'll get ink underneath the stencil where you don't want it. So just start at the top and then pull down, just like that. And that's the first row of waves. Now for the next row of waves, you just position your stencil off to one side or the other, wherever you think it'll look nice. This is one reason I try to cut the stencil bigger than the cardstock that I'm doing this on, so that you have options and room to play. And then you just do the same thing again. And I try not to put too much ink on the row of waves that we did before, but it's okay to put a little bit. And this is where the Tim Holtz ink is really nice for this, because it all blends together really well. And there's that row. And you can just keep adding as many rows as you want. I just stopped at these two for this little sample. And then I wanted to tell you too, you can try this with other inks, but I've had the best luck with these distress inks since they do blend so well. And then for the other kind of wave, you just do the same thing again. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I thought I'd share one last little tip before I go. You can use the same technique to create grass and hills. Just use the same kind of stencil you did for the underwater waves.